So I'm joined by you, Carl, and you're representing Pride and Pill today.
That's right.
The founder, Paul Murphy, is listening in our waiting room.
He sure is.
Yeah. So who are you personally, and what do you do, for those who don't know you?
Well, my name is Carl Christensen, and I literally help people achieve their goals in life.
That is a very big thing to say. How specifically do you do that?
How do I specific? All people need is your time.
Okay. So you offer services in the community, just help people out?
Absolutely.
With anything?
Absolutely.
That's nice of you.
Because the biggest thing is time. The biggest thing is people, they just want to talk to you. I have a problem. Someone asked me for a cigarette lighter once, and I said, why do you need that? They said, someone's died. Do you know what? I told them I nearly died 3 years ago, and, oh, I don't need that cigarette anymore. And I could tell you story after story after story of how I've impacted people's lives.
So you've been through a lot yourself then?
Absolutely.
And so you can empathise with others?
Very much so. I know where they are. I know where they stand.
Yeah, that's good. So Pride and Pill, this group that was set up in 2014,
Yes.
For those who don't know, have not heard of it, what is it?
It's a group of people, literally, we go out transforming the community.
Okay, how do you do that specifically?
We interact with the fire service, the police, and we go out making a difference by litter picking.
Okay. Do you think there's a lot of rubbish then in
Absolutely.
Peel Gwenley?
Absolutely.
Yeah. For those who are outside the Newport area, we just call what we call Pill is Peel Gwenley, which is an area in Newport. What was the inspiration behind this group that set it up in the first place?
Paul Murphy and Margaret Morgan are two residents in Pill. And they went for a walk in their community, and they said to each other, what a mess. How can we make a difference? And that is how the group Pride in Pill actually come about.
So they just started small, started picking...
Absolutely. We started loaning equipment from Keep Wales Tidy, and then from there, as we built up and we applied for loans and grants of various companies, we are able to buy our own tools and fund a lock-up. And from a very small beginning, we've just been nominated for the Queen's Award.
Really?
Yes.
That sounds great. How big is the group now then, roughly?
Well, it fluctuates, but on a good day, we have about 60 people.
Wow. Just picking litter in Peel Gwenley?
Absolutely. Picking litter, encouraging people, making a difference. And that's what we aim to do.
Do you know if other areas in Newport do this?
We have been asked since we've been nominated for the Queen's Award, we've been inundated with people saying, come and help us. But what we say today, come and join us, see what we do, then take our inspiration back to your group.
Do you think that residents of Pill have pride themselves in the area? Do you think they like their area?
Well, I'm not saying they have pride, but what we do as a group is create that. We want them to be proud of where they live as a result of what we are doing.
Do you think the residents, do you think they meet you halfway? That's what I mean.
Some people don't even do that.
Okay.
But regardless of that, setting that aside, we aim to make a difference. We want to make people feel more comfortable in their own back garden.
What's the plan for the future then with Pride and Pill?
Pride in Pill,
do you hope to expand or do more in just that area?
Absolutely. We listen to the public. We listen to the people as we go out. And as we move forward, we listen to what people have to say. We work with the police. We work with the various services, and we listen to them and work with them and move forward.
Okay, that's good.
With the attitude of a lot of the residents, is it mainly that they don't care, they're quite apathetic, or is it that only a few really do care, there's only a few who actually find it that does affect them? Because if there's a lot of litter, a lot of rubbish, then it must be at least a majority that are making a lot of that kind of litter. So is it then being apathetic, or do they just not care?
Some of them both apathetic and both don't care. You see people just throwing rubbish on the floor, and there's bins there. It's sort of, but we want to try and reverse that. We want to say to them, regardless of your actions, it's going to push us even harder to achieve our objectives and create a safe, clean environment for not only you, for your children. Because we don't want kids playing in rubbish, because that can lead to disease. And we don't want that.
It's a bit of a hard question, this one. Why do you think people litter and fly tip in the beginning, in the first place?
Because of cost.
Okay.
A lot of people don't have vehicles, and they just drop it around. A lot of it is builder's waste, we find. And it all comes down to cost. But if people communicate with the various authorities, that can be eradicated. Because there are people out there to help.
So is it up to the authorities and the council to sort of have some leeway, maybe reduce the cost, or offer us a free service for fly tipping and and litter? Well, not fly tipping, but
that is
the rubbish.
something we're actually taking up with the council.
Okay, how's that going then?
Well, progressively, let's put it that
way. Do you think the fact that, maize glass tip, do you think the fact that those restrictions have been in place now, we have to pay, where it used to be literally just bring what you want, do you think that affects fly tipping?
Very much so, very much so.
Okay. Do you think it's up to maize glass tip? I'm not sure if they're private or public. Do you think it's up to them to sort of, I don't know, have some more leeway as well and maybe bring those?
It's down to the public to sort of voice their opinions to their MPs, to their councillors, and say, look, what can you do to help us as a community?
That's a very good point, actually. What would you say to people who just think, oh, there's no point, they don't listen, that we've reported things before, they haven't said anything?
Well,
to those people who are thinking about contacting
we report things all the time and get 100%.
Really?
We never fail. Never.
Okay.
Fail don't exist in our vocabulary.
About a year or two ago, Pride and Pill received a few £1,000s of funding for the group. What has the money been spent on?
The money's been spent on tools and a lock-up.
Okay. What else is the money spent on specifically? Is it just, your cleaning stuff?
We've got high visibility waistcoats saying who we are, pens, key rings, etc. that we actually give out, and we advertise who we are and what we're doing.
So with what you do then, is this kind of like a charity, a third sector exactly, or like how does it work out exactly?
We're not exactly a charity. It's just something Paul set up as a matter of concern.
So it's more just a community group than just a bunch of people got together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps that's what we might look at, in the future as we grow, is to get charity status.
So things like facilities, it's more just literally just have like a storage room and then just go back to... Okay.
Yes.
If you keep picking up people's litter, won't they just keep doing it because they know you'll clean up afterwards?
No.
Okay.
Because now, went to a council meeting last night, and there's a public protection order in Pill as from now.
Right, okay.
That they will not tolerate any form of antisocial behaviour.
You mentioned off mic earlier that the police have more powers now. What does that allow them to do?
It means on-the-spot fines for litter. If they see any large quantities of rubbish outside the door, they can prosecute, because that is classed as fly tipping.
Do you really think that'll help?
Absolutely.
We'll have to wait and see, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's all the questions I have. Do you have any more, Al?
I suppose one of the questions would be, do you collaborate with other wards at all? Or because you mentioned about imagine the wards as well, talking to yours, or at least you individually, and saying, can you help us? I mean, is there any collaboration actually gone on then, or?
Not at the moment. We're looking to work towards that.
Okay.
Because I can't remember who I was talking to. It was one of the councillors at Rogerstone, and I know that they did something very similar where they were cleaning up the rubbish. And I found that they used to do it, I think it was like once a year, so used to have a spring clean. So I imagine there are other wards who would like to collaborate, or at least come together and actually have mutual ideas.
Yeah, we are. That's something we're looking to in the future.
To finish off on then, how can people contact Pride and Pill, and if they want to get involved, or find out more?
Like us on our Facebook page, Pride and Pill. Like us, share us. We're looking for 1,000 likes.
Really? Okay.
We're looking to get the message out there.
Okay. Is there an email address or a website or a phone number? Or is it just Facebook mainly?
Just Facebook mainly. Just like us, share us, get the message out there.
Okie dokie, Carl. Well, thanks for joining us.
No worries.